It's difficult to exceed expectations when you're the #1 overall pick, but Myles Garrett is in that neighborhood. The Browns' all-pro edge rusher went public last week with his trade request, saying he wants out of Cleveland. Garrett has made the playoffs just twice in 8 years. The 2023 NFL Defensive Player of the Year has 2 years left on his deal, but no more guaranteed salary. Let's take a deeper look at his career by the numbers. Since entering the league back in 2017, Garrett has 102.5 sacks. That's second only to T.J. Watt for the most in the NFL over that span. He's got 59 pressures last season, trailing only Trey Hendrickson for most in the NFL. And the only player with more pressures since 2017 is Aaron Donald. It's been said the best ability is availability, and Myles Garrett has certainly been available. Over the last 4 seasons, the 4-time All-Pro has missed just 2 games. We bring back senior NFL writer for ESPN.com, Bill Barnwell. There will be suitors, Bill, plenty of them. You looked into this. How much would it cost, should it cost, to pry a game record in his prime away from Cleveland?
1,200 points on the Jimmy Johnson chart, which we've all memorized. Okay, maybe we haven't all memorized the Jimmy Johnson chart. But look through history and look at these times when you see guys with multiple first-team All-Pro appearances before they turn 30 get traded. You're looking at a very similar range for a lot of these deals. On the low end, maybe a Tyreek Hill trade where it was 5 picks, but a first-rounder towards the very end of the first round. Or flip it. You want to get that high pick, that premium selection. Look at the Randy Moss trade to the Raiders. That was the 7th overall pick and a linebacker and a late-round selection. So really, it's kind of where the Browns should settle in here. Either one premium pick towards the bottom of the top 10, or maybe a bigger package starting with a pick at the end of the first round. But it would be really out of character to expect, 2 first-rounders, 3 first-rounders. I know Browns fans want that kind of, franchise-altering haul, but it's just tough for a player approaching 30, even one as good as Myles Garrett.
All right, knowing that, Bill, which teams do you think should be interested in swapping some picks or some draft capital or players for Myles Garrett?
Just about 30 or 31 of the 32 teams in the NFL should be interested. I'll give you a few that stand out to me, though, and I'll start in Detroit, where we saw, of course, that Lions defense so banged up with injuries over the course of the second half of the season. They lost Aiden Hutchinson. Marcus Davenport got injured early on in the year, and they just did not have enough pieces by the time the year went on. They've been looking for that second pass rusher next to Hutchinson, who's a superstar. Obviously, they have some cap space to work with, one of the youngest teams in the league. That would be the kind of go-all-in, over-the-top move for the Detroit Lions. Flip it to the NFC East. The Washington Commanders make sense to me. A team that, of course, arrived ahead of schedule this year. A young quarterback on a rookie deal. Jaden Daniels gives you a lot of flexibility elsewhere on your roster. Dante Fowler, who was their leading pass rusher this year, 1-year deal, a free agent. They could afford to add a star on the edge. And then I'll throw a team that you feel like has everything already. What about the Philadelphia Eagles, where we know Howie Roseman loves adding defensive linemen, edge rushers. That's what they're going to do, what their core is. They spend a lot of money on offense, not that much money on defense. Josh Sweat, who's so good in the Super Bowl, is a free agent. Milton Williams is a free agent. If they could just move that Bryce Huff contract, which is kind of onerous, $17 million a year or so, if they can just get that off their books somehow, they have the money to make a Myles Garrett trade work. And I know it's not common for a Super Bowl winning team to add a Hall of Fame player in the prime of his career during the offseason. But hey, Howie Roseman nailed the 2024 offseason. What would be an even better start to the 2025 offseason than nailing this trade and getting Myles?
Rich getting richer. I'm going to go with the Philadelphia Eagles. Howie Roseman does it again. He finds a way to trade and add Myles Garrett. Josh Sweat is a free agent. A good chance that he may be walking out and getting more money elsewhere. Bring over a guy like Myles Garrett who wants to figure out how to win, and going to Philadelphia gives him an opportunity to chase the Lombardi.
So this is like a gold digger situation. The rich get rich and just go to the rich team. Graziano, what about you? Do you like this move?
I like that move. I'm not sure the Eagles can pull it off. I like him to the Lions, another top NFC contender. It's in a win-now window that has to make it happen and needs edge rush help. I think the Lions have to find a way to get this done.
I don't know if they got the cheese for the taco, though. The Washington Commanders, they got a lot of cheese.
They do.
They can put some guac on top, too.
Really? Now that's a healthy relationship. If you can get the cheese and the guac, I like the opportunity. Myles Garrett's going to make someone really, really good if he does in fact leave. The Detroit Lions would be fascinating if they were able to add him, especially with some of their healthy players coming back. Okay, we're going to continue to play matchmaker. Now we're going to go to a skill position, wide receiver. Graziano, it is on you.
Number 2, New York Jets. Number 3.
New York Jets.
Yeah.
Atlanta Falcons.
I wouldn't say Atlanta.
Yeah, okay.
Right there.
Okay, Houston.
Dallas Cowboys.
You are on drugs.
Because, hold on. Can I make my point? Don't attack me. Don't attack me. I want to see the J.J. Watt, Jadeveon Clowney.
The crowd's mad at you.
I understand that. That's cool. That's cool. That's cool. I want to see a Joey Bosa, Khalil Mack. I want to see a 2 dominant players on each side situation. I want to see what Michael Parsons could do with a little help on the other side. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying, bro. Like, is it making sense? I just want to see what I want to see.
The man wouldn't get Derrick Henry, who was a free agent, and he wouldn't have to give up no draft capital. You think he's about to give up 2 first-rounders, a second-rounder, and a player and potential third-rounder?
Yep.
Not going to happen. Detroit Lions. Now,
like
you do realize the Houston Texans have the Neil Hunter and Will Anderson Jr. on the field together. Put him, can you imagine Myles Garrett and Hutchinson?
That's all I'm saying.
Or Myles Garrett and Nick Bosa with the 49ers?
That's all I'm saying. I feel like you can name the team. I just want to see a dynamic rush duo. That's all.
You better not let him, Kansas City ain't got no money, but if Kansas City and him and Chris Jones, they might go 4 or 5 in a row.
I completely agree with Shannon. The Detroit Lions was the team I came up with.
Okay.
You get at the quarterback, you get more opportunities for that offense. Now, I understand that Jared Goff is capable of wetting the bed at any given moment.
Yes.
All of that. But when you got dual threats at the wideout spot, at the running back spot, Laporte at the tight end spot, you're going to put up some points.
Absolutely.
We know that. So if you got a defense that's opportunistic because they can get to the quarterback, the Detroit Lions, you got to remember, the Detroit Lions had 13 dudes on injured reserve on the defensive side of the ball. The last couple of weeks of the season into the playoff loss to the Commanders. We got to remember that this is a team that some would say should be here, but they're not because obviously injuries decimated them, and then they ran into Jaden Daniels, and then we understand what happens. But I'm looking at the Detroit Lions. You get a cat like Garrett, please. I think it's over. I think it's over.
Yeah. Can you imagine him on that turf with Hutchinson?
Yeah.
That crowd noise.
All I'm saying, I just want to say, call a team like y'all just threw me out there.
You said Dallas Cowboys. You threw yourself out there.
That's cool.
Yeah,
and I'm not. Y'all already know how I feel about Dallas. I believe in Micah Parsons. What does Micah Parsons look like with another,
not stop the run? Are they going to stop the run?
Myles Garrett is a complete defensive end.
What about your offense?
Man, listen, you asked me about Myles Garrett, and I told you I just want to see a duo, a dynamic rush duo. That's it. You can pick whoever it is at the end of the day.
I think Detroit would be the best situation, and I think they have the draft capital to potentially give it up. Because I believe if I get Myles Garrett, guess what? I'm going to be picking in the 30s. So you're not going to be able to get be able to get that talent because I'm going to the deep run. I'm making NFC Championship or I'm going to the Super Bowl. So I'm going to be picking 29th, 30th, or worse.
Goes against their grain, though, because they've been methodical with their draft picks and what have you, and building the team through the draft for the most part. In Detroit, this will go against that, but Myles Garrett is worth it.
It's only so many bites of the apple that you get before it's gone, and you don't get another bite.
San Francisco can talk to you about that.
Okay.
I look at this in my closing as far as you see the DeAndre Hopkins.
Yeah.
All right. One of the main things that he said when he got traded to the Kansas City Chiefs is, I'm playing meaningful games. You got a dominant player in Myles Garrett who has not played a meaningful game in Cleveland, and that's just circumstantial with the team situation. It's a lot of different determining factors.
I feel you. Why the hell you bring up the Jets? For what?
Because they got more to offer. You got money. He gets money, right?
Yeah, because he's on the last year of his deal. He's gonna want a new deal.
You see what I'm saying? So I'm saying, like, if you're not willing to give up the draft
the capital,
picks, the draft picks, if you're not trying to give up, you got to give up money.
Okay.
You dig what I'm saying? They have guys locked in that's under contract already, and they can go out and hunt.
I just want to share something with you.
Yes.
Do you know that Myles Garrett consulted Goatman about leaving Cleveland?
Yeah, why would you not? Because he did that. That's what he did.
Yeah.
Because he got tired of not playing meaningful basketball games. Goat Man said, I'm going to take my show on the road. And the one thing you know about Goat Man, if he comes to your town, championships will follow. He went to Miami, championship follow. He went back to Cleveland, championship follow.
He went to Miami. He went to Miami to capture a championship. Don't you start like it followed, like he had it already. No, he went there to learn how to win.
They weren't going to win.
Learn how to win.
Were they going to win any more without it?
Excuse me?
Were they going to win any more without
Probably
it?
not.
Okay.
Probably not.
When he went back to Cleveland, have they won any more since?
Excuse me. He got Kevin Love. Got Kevin Love and Kyrie.
The Lakers.
He got help.
You remember what the Lakers were? The Lakers were laughing stock.
Oh, please. Come on, man. Stop that nonsense.
I get front row tickets for $500.
If I got 4 months off of Anthony Davis, I might have won a title too. You understand?
Don't do that. Don't do that.
I didn't discredit the championship. I gave them credit
and
for the ball.
still doing it. Did you see what he did to your Knicks? Did you see what he did the other night?
It's a regular season game.
The other night against the Clippers. Against the Clippers.
Really? Against the Clippers.
I remember. You know what?
So I'm supposed to be touched that he did that to the Clippers.
You remember what?
I'm supposed to be touched by that.
You remember what Kenny Smith said?
What?
When Kawhi they played for opening night.
What?
He said Kawhi made LeBron look unathletic.
Well, we see what we gonna do. Make noise about Kawhi Leonard now because he showed up once every 3 months.
Whoa.
That's what we gonna do.
The GOAT has been there 22.
That's what we gonna do.
22.
Hey, Molly, how you doing today? We still here.
I'm wondering, Cam,
He need to stop. He need to stop that.
do you
he need to
feel
stop
like
that.
bubble championships have an asterisk?
It's a championship. It's a championship. Let anybody handle it. You know what I'm saying?
I agree with that.
Yeah.
That's like a COVID championship.
We just joking around about the whole COVID thing. But championship is a championship. Lakers are champions.
Yeah.
Right.
Me and Molly is still here reporting for duty. If y'all,
If someone wants to get me a snack,
We didn't say that with you.
Cool.
Bringing up the Cowboys.
I'm sorry, bro.
Yeah. I don't know. Why you want to help the Cowboys?
Exactly.
Sorry, dog. I'm just saying. I was giving a dissertation when I first came on this program, thanks to Holla at Your Boy. Some team mentioning certain teams is just good for business.
Right.
So that was
But you know Jerry not gonna give up that capital.
Man, listen, I just gave him that. You dig what I'm saying?
Well, next time if you're gonna do it, wear the cowboy hat. You're gonna do it, wear a cowboy hat. I'm just saying. I'm giving you a suggestion.
And that pack is gonna drop, Steven.
All right, y'all. Let's talk about the Dallas Cowboys defense and how it might be shaken up after free agency. Now, I know we're all die-hard fans, and the thought of some of our key players walking out the door can feel like a punch to the gut. But hey, that's the NFL for you, always keeping us on our toes. This offseason, the Cowboys might be saying goodbye to a few familiar faces, and if they do, they'll need to get creative with replacements that won't break the bank. Let's dive into what's cooking in Big D first off. DeMarcus Lawrence's future with the team is up in the air. Now, that man's been a cornerstone of this defense, and losing him would sting worse than a Texas summer without sweet tea. But here's the thing. The Cowboys might not have much of a choice if they're trying to stay under the salary cap. Enter Dante Fowler Jr. Yep, the same Fowler who used to suit up for the Cowboys back in 2022 and 2023. He's been balling out for the Washington Commanders this past season, racking up 10.5 sacks and 20 quarterback pressures. Not too shabby, huh? Fowler's projected to land a 3-year, $15 million deal in free agency, which, let's be real, is a steal for a guy who can bring that kind of heat off the edge. Now, I know what you're thinking. Why bring back Fowler when we've got bigger fish to fry? Well, here's the deal. The Cowboys are projected to be $5.7 million over the cap, and Fowler's price tag fits right into that bargain bin category. Plus, he's already familiar with the system, so it's not like they'd be bringing in some stranger off the street. It's like rooming in with an old buddy who already knows where the good BBQ spots are in town, comfortable and reliable. But let's not forget, this ain't just about Fowler. The Cowboys' defense could be in for a full-on makeover, and that means they'll need to nail the draft too. Imagine this, a young, hungry pass rusher coming in to learn from a vet like Fowler. That's the kind of mentorship that could pay off big time down the road. And hey, if they can snag a couple of hidden gems in the later rounds, this defense might just surprise us all. Now, here's where I'm going to hit y'all with a little extra something. Let's talk about why. This matters so much. The NFL is a league of inches, and every decision, whether it's signing a free agent or drafting a rookie, can make or break a season. The Cowboys are at a crossroads, and how they handle this offseason could define the next few years of this franchise. Think about it. A strong defense is the backbone of any championship team. If the Cowboys can piece together a unit that's tough as nails, they'll be in a prime position to make a deep playoff run. But if they fumble this, well, let's just say it'll be a long season of second-guessing and what-ifs. So here's my question for y'all. Do you think Dante Fowler Jr. is the right move for the Cowboys? Or should they be looking elsewhere to shore up that defense? And more importantly, what's it going to take for this team to finally get over the hump and bring home another Lombardi trophy? Let's hear your thoughts, because this is one conversation that's just getting started.